live and direct right here on IG, and I'm very excited to say I'm going live and direct with the one and only Daniel T. Edwards from Long Story Short. So make sure you keep it locked in.
And I've been observing you, causing disturbances. Young rebel, don't look for trouble.
Big shout out to everybody passing through. It's always a blessing.
Young rebel, don't look for trouble. And change your ways.
Hey, blessings.
Greetings.
How are you?
I'm great.
It's great to hear. You know what, first of all, thank you for, joining me on the live. It's always a blessing to have somebody new come on, and I've just been loving what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So, of course,
How did you find out about us?
so what happened was I was searching for poetry on Instagram because I love poetry. I love performing poetry. And it just so happened that your page came up, and I clicked on it, and I was just seeing Janine, and I followed Janine, and that's how it came about.
Wicked.
So, of course,
Yeah, man.
people are locking in. They're locking in, which is a blessing. Let them know if they don't know what you do, and kind of a little backstory to Long Story Short.
Okay, so as you said, I'm Daniel T. Edwards. I am a creative entrepreneur, a speaker, and a trainer. My background was actually in sales for many years. I used to be a life insurance agent and a financial advisor, suit and tie every day for like 14 years.
Okay.
And I was just a frustrated creative because I have a background in the creative space, in acting, music. So I drank the corporate Kool-Aid, and I was just kind of immersed in a whole corporate thing. And then I'm just like, no, there's got to be more. There's got to be more for me. And in 2015, I put out to the universe that I wanted a mentor. So a man named Kevin Wallen has been my mentor since 2015. And the first time I actually met with him officially, we were at a cabin. Have you ever been to Jamaica?
When I was young, very, very young.
Very young.
Again, but yeah, when I was very young.
Yeah, so there's that area called Garden Town, which is way up in the Blue Mountains, which is the highest peak in Jamaica. And he said to a group of us, tell me a true story about yourself in 5 minutes or less. And each of us, it just in that circle, exchange stories. And I was blown away by the diversity of the stories, how entertaining they were. And we made a pact that we would turn it into an event.
Oh, wow.
But I just was obsessed with the idea, kept at it. And then one day I meditated, and I heard the name and I heard the slogan. So I heard the name Long Story. I'm just like, because I had all these different names. Story time, tell me a story. All these different names, and then I just heard Long Story Short, Long Story Short, Long Story Short. And I heard the slogan, everybody has a story. What's yours? Because the reality is that everybody has a story, and there's also a saying that goes, nobody is boring if you take the time to listen.
True.
So it started to develop. So this year actually makes 10 years since I've been working on this idea.
Wow,
and
congrats.
10 years. Thank you. So 2019 now was when we actually were able to bring it to fruition. September 7th, 2019. And then I quit my 9 to 5 after the second show.
Wow.
On my I was just like, this me I do in my life, this me I gotta do. So on my birthday, which is October 26th, I went to that. I quit my job, with my last day being January 1st, 2020.
Okay.
So so everything was going well, man, and it was March, and so my whole plan was I was going to do my wellness workshops, life skill workshops, and also Long Story Short, and that should at least be able to cover my bills. So I did my first wellness workshop I had an amazing, long story short. We had people like Basie from TOK. We had Crystal Tomlinson. She was with Still Beanie Man at the
Yeah.
time. We had a popular comedian named IT. Ian IT Ellis. So, and the rain came down and everybody went on the cover there and nobody left. And I'm just like, this is magic. And then the Monday morning, COVID hit.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, what do we do now? Because I was doing the same thing for 14 years. How am I going to pay my bills now? And how am I going to keep this thing going? All of my income streams involve interfacing with people. There's no more entertainment. There's no more public meetings. So we went into what we're doing now, IG Live. So COVID kind of was the birth of IG Live,
Yeah.
really. So we started doing IG Lives with the storytellers and kept the brand going. And then whenever the government would allow us to have events, we had the event. And we just kept going and it's growing and it's growing. And it's like the best known unknown brand in the Caribbean. Big up to Marley Mac 297, wherever you are, wherever you're there, big up yourself.
Big up yourself. Wow, so what a journey for you.
Yes.
And I mean, what was that like? Because I think everyone has a dream where they would love to give up their 9-to-5 corporate world, but obviously, like you said, bills and so forth. So, what was that like taking that step? Did you feel scared? Was you really excited? Like, how was that?
It was terrifying.
Okay.
It was kind of like, I'm not an adrenaline junkie, but I would say this would be right up there with like jumping out of a plane or jumping off a cliff or something. So it's the same type of feeling. So it was just like exhilaration of, yes, I'm finally free, but then, oh, am I going to fall and break my neck? And I watched this Steve Harvey. I'm a big fan of Steve Harvey as a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
And he has this speech where he talks about how you have to jump. But he's like, when you jump, your parachute is not going to open up at the same time. So, yeah, so I feel like my shoulder got ripped off on the mountain. See, I even have a hole in my shirt here. Like my shoulder got ripped off on a mountainside a couple of times, and boof, boof, And now it's opening, and I'm gliding. So it's exhilarating, and I would say life begins at your edge, really. Your life begins when you develop the courage to step into what it is that God put you here to do. I mean, look at you. You're immersing yourself in your passion. And this is really what living is about. So if you want to cease existing and start living, you have to go and chase what it is that you were put here to do.
That's it. 100% agree. Big up yourself, Marley Mac. She's from China, Beijing, I think.
Oh, really?
Wow, big up yourself. Yeah, she loves the program. So yeah, man.
Where are you from, Marley Mac? What's your nationality? Don't look Chinese.
You never know. You might get branches one day in different parts of the world. China could be.
Yeah. I'm open to that.
100%. So when people come to Long Story Short, what's kind of the program? What happens?
Okay, so Long Story Short is the Caribbean's first and only storytelling showcase and storytelling showcase and live music experience. Okay. So you have 4 storytellers for the night who tell a true story under the theme for the night in 10 minutes or less. And then you have 2 musical. Oh, you're from Jamaica teaching in China. Okay, yeah, man, big up yourself. Yeah, so you have a theme for the night. So like, let's say you have a theme, when it all falls down. And then you might have a comedian, you might have an entrepreneur, you might have a couple, a diverse group of people telling a true story about themselves under that theme. And then you have 2 musical artists. And we endeavor to find the next big artist that you haven't heard yet. The next Chronix, the next Janine. So that's the vibe. And typically we're usually in a garden type of setting in greenery. It's a very romantic, sexy type of event, and it's a good date night experience. It's a grown and sexy type of entertainment.
Oh, nice! I love this.
That's the vibe.
You know what? When I come to Jamaica, which is on the cards, I feel like I can pass through.
Definitely. And maybe you could tell a story. You know, we like to have people from international people because it's a melting pot for everybody.
That's it, 100%.
Hmm.
Has there been a favorite, I want to say a favorite. I suppose you always get that, but like, has there been one where you've gone, wow, that happened to you?
I do I do love a good comeback story.
Okay.
So Craigie T from TOK told a good story about how them become these top-notch dancehall artists and then now boom, divorce, bankruptcy, no they don't have a car anymore, like just kind of just completely right back down to rock bottom.
Yeah.
And people people just say when we just put on like active wear and just act like he was just working out every day, but he really was just walking everywhere. You know, he was broke.
Okay.
And then how he got into media, doing other things, learned about carpentry, and started doing other. He's now a media personality in addition to the
Wow.
music.
Mm.
That was an interesting story. And then a kind of bittersweet story was a recent story from a man named Jermaine Barrett. He has a debating, a company that teaches people how to do debating.
Yeah.
And he has a disease called Marfan syndrome, which is a disease where people have like abnormally long limbs.
Okay.
It's like a disease of the connective tissue. And the connective tissue wears down. So it kind of have this like a skeleton type of look. And then
Okay.
so he went blind.
Oh,
He
wow.
went blind about a year and a half ago, and he told his story of just going blind for the first. And a lot of us take our sight for granted, we take our hearing for granted, we take our limbs, our digits for granted. But just imagine if you woke up tomorrow morning and everything was just black.
Yeah. Wow.
Just black. And he's like 36.
Wow.
And then now you have to now adjust to life being blind.
Yeah.
So that one touched me. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's kind of made me feel a bit emotional there.
Yeah,
That's
man.
quite a deep story. And you are right. We do as people who we wake up every day and we just take everything for granted. But it's important to remember, actually, we're blessed. We are blessed, you know?
Yeah.
So I've got, because she's one of my favorite artists out there currently and still is, Janine.
Yes.
How did that go down? Because she's a fantastic artist and a person. So how did that come about?
Well, what happened is that so we are all students of Kevin Wallen. So Kevin Wallen, the same guy, the motivational speaker, the wrestler who gave me the idea for long story short. Janine has also done he does a workshop called The Process. It's a 4-day transformational workshop in the mountains. So she's done it, I've done it. So all of us are part of a collective. We call ourselves the Avengers. So we started to link up recently. Now we go to the beach. We go to Bob Marley Beach. We link up. We share ideas and everything. So Janine was a fan of the platform, but didn't know that it was me who was the mastermind behind everything.
Okay.
So I introduced it to her. I mean, I didn't want to, because I know as an artist, you're probably being bombarded by people trying to pressure her all the time, or people will try to be our friend, but it's them have an agenda. So I deliberately didn't push it on her. But she fell in love with it, and she's just like, yo, I want to be on the next one. And then she came to the anniversary show to watch it.
Okay.
And then she was just like, yo, may I come here forward? And then we had rain.
Yeah.
We were at the end of the rainy season, and it looked like the show was going to have to get postponed. And then she was going to now go and do the Marley cruise, Junior Gang, the Marley, the Jam Welcome to Jamrock cruise. And I said, listen, because she told me like if it wasn't going to be the week after, she wouldn't be available. I'm saying, all right, well, it have to be next week.
Yeah.
And it rained again on that night, and up to about half an hour before the show, we were contemplating whether or not we're going to keep the show.
Wow.
It was a very stressful show. But we pulled it off, and it was an amazing night.
Wow. Wow.
So she sang and she told stories.
Yeah. See, when I heard it as well, it reminded me of like, you know, Mento, and it's a storytelling kind of music. And that's what I envisioned actually, was like people telling stories with music behind, like a Mento sort of energy.
Oh, Mentor. Oh, you know
Yeah.
about Mentor. Okay.
That's what I had in
Okay.
mind. I was like, oh, I wonder if there was like some Mento, that kind of energy, you know.
No,
And
no,
then when
no.
and
No, it's a straight.
I've seen so many different people share their stories, and
Yes.
it was really inspirational to watch it online. So I can only imagine in person what it would do.
Yeah, yeah. It's a magical. And that's why I haven't given up. I've kept at it because I just feel like it's the most important platform in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You know, because I am a champion for transformational entertainment. I don't think we have enough transformational entertainment. I mean, everybody does the carnival thing and the dancehall thing and the drink up and the all-inclusive parties, but we don't have enough soul food. You know, you spend your money on to go out, and your frequency is raised, your consciousness is expanded. You get jewels of wisdom to improve your life. This is what I am about, and that's what Long Story Short is about.
I hear that. So where can you see this going? Can you see more?
Globally,
Of,
globally, globally. We want this is something that is going to become a festival very soon. So we want it to be an international festival where you might see like a Samuel L. Jackson come down and tell his story, Idris Elba come down and tell his story, and just be a huge diaspora melting pot. Hollywood, Black Hollywood, so filmmakers, fashion, comedy, all of these different creatives come together, in Jamaica, and then branch out into the rest of the world. We want to have Long Story Short in England, in Florida, Trinidad, all the places where our people are.
I hear that.
And then we also want to turn it into a TV show where you could watch a premium version on Netflix.
Okay.
By the way, we're right now we're on the Coda network, the Coda, CODA. It's a free app. You can download it on your phone or TV and check it out. It's just like a Jamaican Netflix. It's run by a beautiful lady named Lexi Chow.
Okay.
So we are now on the Coda network also. So you can actually watch the last show we had. You can watch the full show on Coda.
Well, I'm gonna tune into that. Yeah, man. Wow. So you said that you wanted it to go international. Do you have in mind sort of like some steps? And the reason why I asked that is because we have dreams and we have ideas, but sometimes it can be hard to find the right people. So have you got in mind who you might say, okay, I'm gonna go to them, check them out? You got like a plan?
I do have a plan, and I'm now attempting to put the pieces together. So right now I'm in discussion with the Ministry of Culture, and I'm talking to different players about it. So it's like I feel like everything I need is assembling around me. It's just not to put the pieces together. So I'm just doing the work and manifesting it.
I hear that. And I mean, I'm always interested as well in young people. So have like a young people section, or is it going to be anyone can come forward and
anybody? Yeah, we just want to create a space where there's at least. I mean, this is entertainment that is just naturally more attractive to more mature people, like people 30 up.
Yeah.
But we want to just have a space where, I mean, I did have a vision for doing a school, like a kids version of Long Story Short.
Oh, nice.
And I tested it out, and I realized that it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be, because younger kids, their storytelling abilities aren't as developed as when they're older. Yes, you might have a prodigy, but generally, like little kids are not as good at storytelling as we might think. But I was thinking maybe we could go like late teens up, college maybe. So I'm still looking into that. But for now, we want to at least have a space on each show where there's at least one young person.
I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And have you ever told your story on Long Story Short?
No, not yet. Everybody asks me when is my time, you know. So
Yeah.
I will just intuitively know when it's my time to tell my story. And
I hear that.
that time hasn't come yet. You know, this brand is not about me, it's about the people.
A question came through on my page asking, would you allow government officials to tell their story?
We've had that already. We've had Crystal, but when they come, they don't come as a government officially, because so we don't touch sexuality, religion, or politics.
Okay.
So like Crystal Tomlinson, that's Beanie Man's former partner.
Yeah.
She's a politician, but she didn't come as a politician. She came as herself. Yeah. So and we've had Andre Hilton too, who's also in the PNP, but he's also an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. So when they come on our platform, they leave their political hat, especially because politics is such a divisive element in Jamaica. We don't want people to come in and use Long Story Short now as a platform now to project their political agendas on the people.
Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so heartwarming to hear like another avenue for many people to kind of get their stories across, and kind of in some respects as well, it can help mental health. Have you noticed that mental health, it helps?
That was a big motivating factor for this platform. You know, we could have easily just gone with the easy commercial route and just gone with funny stories and entertaining stories. But for me, it was very important for people to tell all the stories.
Yeah.
Because you get healing from telling your story, and then the audience gets healing from listening to the story. So it's just like an exchange.
Yeah.
And this, as I said before, the primary motivation behind Long Story Short is a platform for healing.
I hear that.
And mental health falls under that. Yeah. I
can see you doing some sort of resort as well. I feel like you've got that energy, like where you could do a resort for a good few days, you know, and show people like different healing and so on, food and all sorts of different things.
Yes, that's actually one of my visions too. Yeah, like a wellness tourism experience. And we now have also Long Story Short tours that I'm working on. So you come to Jamaica, we just create a holistic experience for you.
Wow.
That's a brand new venture also. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like you said earlier that it's such a unique. That's what drew me to it. I don't know what it was. Every single day I just kept checking your page because it kept drawing me to it. I couldn't stop. That's why I reached out to you, because I just thought, well, I need to reach out to you because I just can't stop looking at the page and hearing.
I appreciate that. What's your favorite story?
My favorite story was, I think it was Scatter.
Yes. Yeah.
I found him very like intriguing. I could watch him constantly, like I said, because I kept going on the page. I could keep on watching his story. And obviously R9 as well. But yeah, especially
Scatter was good. Scatter was very good. Yeah.
I really enjoyed listening and hearing his story. But I think as well, I was kind of thinking, I wonder if any elders would come on, you know, and tell their story. Because
elders.
Yeah, you know, like
King Jammies. Like a King Jammies. No, but like somebody like that, like a King Jammies or yes, that has been the vision. Yeah, we're working on that. Yeah. Okay. Because so my vision was, okay, every show would have one young person or one elder at least in the lineup. Yeah. But it's not always easy to get the people to come based on scheduling and all that stuff. Or some people are shy; they don't want to tell their story in public. You know, it's we make it look easy, but it's not easy to get these people on the show all the time.
I bet it's a lot of groundwork that you have to do, and kind of trust as well, isn't it? Because our stories are very personal to each person.
Yes.
Sometimes don't want to share it.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
so can you see this being a way to archive as well? Because Jamaica
Exactly.
oh,
Exactly.
it's
You
such a
nailed it.
it's such a powerful country, Jamaica, well, the Caribbean,
Yes.
but I
Yes.
don't feel like we're archived enough, considering
Exactly.
how much
Exactly.
Jamaica's done for the world.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you tell it about archiving.
We are not we don't do well chronicling our story and our culture very well. But there used to be a show on TV. Well, there still is a show on TV called Profile,
Yeah.
and Profile is the longest running show in the history of Jamaica. It used to be run by a man named Ian Boyne. He's dead now. So it was just a interview program where he just interview everybody. Everybody who's anybody has been on Profile.
Yeah.
And he's also one of the muses and inspirations for Long Story Short. But this time around, it's not you being interviewed, it's you just performing your story. So we have to chronicle our stories. We have to share the stories of our people. We can't be complaining that Hollywood doesn't promote our stories and no, you have to tell your own stories there. They're not going to tell your stories for you. So this is one of the things that I was called to do.
I can see that. I can see, and that's what's nice is I can hear the passion. I feel like what you quit that job for. Right. So yeah.
Yes.
When you said it, I was like, okay, that's a big move, but I can see why you did it, which is great.
I had no choice.
Yeah. So are you also a performer? Do you do any kind of like musical stuff as well, or is it kind of catered around the health and so forth?
Well, I dabbled in music, but I would say where it comes to performing, definitely public speaking and acting. I've done a bit of acting. Wow. I've done theater. I've done some plays. I've done some ads. But right now, I'd say my performance itch is being scratched by public speaking. I'm actually coming back out now in the world. Now that I've done my bit behind the camera with Long Story Short, I'm coming back out as a host, as an MC, and look out for something new with Long. We have a new version of Long Story Short coming out.
Okay.
That you're gonna see very soon. A very innovative version of Long Story Short, which I will be hosting.
Okay. I hear that. So we're coming to the last bit of the kind of interview. What would you like people to take away for this first part? Because I feel like we're going to keep on conversating. So what would you like them to take away for this part?
I'd like to take away the fact that we are all one. We're all connected.
Yeah.
And every person that you meet has a story. And stories are the paint that decorate the canvas of life.
Yeah.
And it's with taking the time to listen to each other's stories that will bridge the gap in understanding. It will help to develop empathy. It will help us to understand each other better. Yeah. It was a Buddha who said that the biggest source of our problems is our inability to accept the differences in others. Stories are the cure for that.
Yeah.
You see a homeless man on the street, if you heard his story, maybe you look at him different.
That's true.
Even a pedophile, you hear the pedophile story, you don't condone it, but you can at least understand where this is coming from, how this happened.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
Definitely. And even that, I know people are going to be thinking, because usually people say pedophile, like, whoa, no, don't want to.
No, infidel.
Yeah.
No, but he's probably an abused child himself.
I hear that.
Hurt people.
That's it. 100%. And of course, another great question is to ask, how can they sign up to come onto the program? Do they have to contact you? How does it work? So
you can DM us at Long Story Short Jamaica, or you can email us at longstoryshortjamaica@gmail, or you can call me 876-280-3071. That's 876-280-3071.
Yeah, man.
And then we can discuss it.
Yeah, man. I hope people will start calling you, messaging you. See this going very, very far, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. And if I can help in any way, please let me know.
Please, please, we do need help. We do need help. We want to expand into England for sure.
Nice.
Build more brand awareness, and we are grateful for this opportunity to be on your platform.
Anytime. You're always welcome. Anytime. If you want to promote anything, just let me know. I'll push it out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's been an honor, to speak to you. And until next time, I feel like we should do like, I don't know, maybe monthly catch-ups.
Anytime you're ready, man. We're there.
All right. Nice. Well, I hope you have a blessed rest of the day or evening, should I say. And yeah, well, keep in touch.
And I'm Marley Mac. Send me a DM now with your contacts and then you can chat. Send me a DM, please. All right. Thank you.
We'll speak again. Bless up.
All right.